Welcome, friends and traders, on this ES trading desktop. What we are looking at is fully automated Wave 59 structures we have built using the correct quantitative mathematical models and interfacing the time and price to come together. So let's adventure into the world of superior trading. On the left side, we have embarked upon the indicator called pi points. These pi points are printing the numbers on this day. Let's go one by one. On this day, fine day, where the profits are yet to be claimed, you wake up and you see the numbers here. Numbers. It's all about the numbers. Behind the scene, we are rotating complex mathematical structures, geometrical structures, fractal structures. So when we come down here, we look at the date. The date is 6/17. Market can add or subtract on these dates. So 6 is the controlling number for the entire month. Year is 9, so 369 is going to be hot. If you are confused, so you can always consume 369. Now this day also has some very unique properties. On the day, we do two things. Either we add it or we subtract it. Alright, so if I add them together, on the right side, 17 is 8. Alright, now 8, if you double 8, is 16, which is 7. So you see on the top, market went to 7 right there on the top, 7. If you can't see it, so what we can do, we also have an opportunity to make the size bigger. Alright, so went to 6 and 7 clubbed together. But you see this very closely, right? 6 is the controlling frequency of this month. Alright, on the bottom, it went to 5 plus 4, 9 clustered together. 9 is the frequency. When we say we get to 6, we get to 369 because we are rotating in the matrix. So how do you know which matrix to rotate? So if you look at this matrix, so there are a bunch of squares and matrices and planetary squares, Gantt squares, a lot of things are happening. But what we talk about is simple square of jump of 369, 147, 258, 369. Adding all this together on the right side gets you 369. Remember, this is a magical square, right? This is 369 magical square. And then we have other planetary magical squares. Moon controls the entire market. All right. If you look at the moon and the Venus and the Mars and the Saturn, all right, you will see amazing things happening. All right, we will discuss that a little later. So for now, let's watch these numbers, how they talk to each other. So alright, so now if I say 7 plus 1 is 8 and you say hold on a second, you're telling a story of 9. There's no 9 here. It's okay when you're beginning and you're growing into the cosmic world of numbers. Now let me tell you something else. Remember, there are 9 numbers and there are 8 steps between the 9 numbers, 8 jumps. So what is seen in the manifested world as 9 is 8 in the invisible world. So that is the reason we say 8 is hidden 9. So if you see 7 plus 1 is 8, hidden 9 is right here. When I get to hidden 9, 369 is active right there. If you add all the numbers together for this day, it's 14. 7 and 7, 14 is 5. This is flat 5 right there. So all these numbers are telling you a story where you are going to go. We don't want to be just anywhere. We could be. Alright, that's the story. From pi. This day. This tool set is, again, we are identifying automatically. As I said, just drop these tools and they are there for you. This tool, which is the reflex extend 369 time bar by 8, is a mouthful. It just gives you that feeling of 8 and 3 and 6 and 9. It's just telling you a story here, right? It's a reflection story. Now in this situation, you don't want to be using more than 2 days. All right, so what are we doing here? Just 2 days, right? Yesterday and today, because otherwise you'll have lots of lines, which is okay. If you can, with time you will understand it. So how to read this tool and what does it signify? Remember, first of all, when the time starts right here, we identified this bar to be a critical bar. On the top we put the red line, and the bottom we put the green line. We found that based on the algos we have, again, you're not getting into becoming a PhD mathematics or quant like we are. What we're doing here is simply understanding how to use and print money. If you can shape your mind, your frequencies, your consciousness, raise your vibrations to these numbers, they will talk to you, and you just want to be a trader. So that is what the offer is on the table. Alright, so you can use these tools to start your own business, being an analyst or becoming a professional trader. Right? Or you can, this is multi-generational wealth generation tools, and they will never change because they are built in such a way that we are interacting with the natural laws which have been active for 6 billion years of known science and known creation of this universe. There are multiple universes, multiverses, string theories, and worlds and inner worlds and outer worlds and 7 heavens. We can get into this philosophical understanding of these numbers, but they have been existing for a long time, but no one is able to see it the way it has been shown to us by higher civilizations. So here we are, my friends. Take the opportunity. Alright, so this bar has been identified, and this bar, so when you see this, right, now let me mark it. No need to get confused. Never ever be confused, right? So this is the range we identified. Now same thing is going to happen a couple of times. Same thing happened here. So this bar was identified. You see on the top and the bottom there was a green line. So that is what I'm trying to explain. And this bar was also identified to be a hot bar. So each bar we identify, on the top we see a red line, bottom we see a green line, and behind the scenes we are rotating some numbers. Unless I see the code, I can't even tell you myself. Actually, there's so much going on here. When something is given to you, you have to go back and raise the consciousness to really understand what's really going on. Alright, so our focus is pretty simple, right? What do we do when this information is donated to us by higher conscious states? What is going on here? Well, when the market comes down, we'll use these levels. See that? Boom. And this level Market came down to the tick, and this is a ES chart on 10 minutes, my friends. Sorry, this is 60 minutes. So this, all the things I'm going to talk about should be on 5 or 10 minutes, right? Nothing more. You can adjust these numbers, but I will recommend people to start with 10 or 5. We propose going to 10. You may find some other, but these are self-adapting algorithms. So if you change the time frame, the levels will shift dynamically. All right. So this one we recommend doing 60. You can do 10 minutes also. It'll be too. This is like slowing down and seeing where the big impactful levels are. All right. So when market came down here, right, into these big levels, we're looking at the bottom. The oscillation is telling turn is coming. Now this oscillation is inbuilt in the system. Market comes down to retest this, goes up to retest this small boy. These small boys are really deadly actually, alright? But there's a lot of packed, compressed and packed energy, alright my friends? Okay, and then it comes back down to this this guy to the tick. Right, and then it goes to this guy on the top to the tick. See that? It's the same thing is happening all around. And this is hourly basis, so you may want to get used to seeing what to do with this, right? But remember, we have this conscious impact bars already printed. This bar is going to turn, and you know this is going to keep printing forever in the future. So you know this in the future. There's some turn is coming, and it comes down into this now. When this is happening, you got to do some analysis, right, and say, okay, which of the lines will I trust? Now you understand this is a seller bar. You're 50 into the seller bar, 50% from gap, 50 into the seller bar, critical levels. All right. Options, future options again, pretty much play nicely and double your money on those 3-4 times a week. Risk is also 100% loss, but you know, you can manage it, you can hedge it. Tactical trading, you can deal with us in the private seminars or your broker. So I hope this helps on this chart. Now we're going to the next chart. This is the dashboard, that's it. Nothing to do, raw trading, no oscillation. The only oscillation we have is the Astro oscillation, because this gives us some future turning direction. For example, this is saying, hey, at this time some turn is coming. It doesn't tell you going long on short. When we are at the frequency, at the levels, reversals we are expecting for this day, right? So when here what we do, which tool is this? This is Astro points. And then we have square roots, right? So I put Astro and square root together. Astros are here, thick, I made it fat because you can control that. And on top of the same thing I put the square roots as well. Okay, what are we doing? Same thing, look at this. These Astro levels are designed to give you big swings, right? So if the numbers work, fine. If they don't work, I'm just looking for the big ranges, right? We are traveling. Alright, so let's do this day only. Where are we? We already covered the number stack, so let's play with this one. So what's happening here? Same thing's happening here. So remember, if I add this together, 7 plus 1 is 8, right? So I'm looking for 2, 4, 8. Is there any 2, 4, 8? 2 is there. That's the only 2 I got in the whole situation. So by default, on 10-minute charts, with all the frequency charts are supposed to be at, 2 was the only thing visible here for this day. Why? Because it's 2, 4, 8. Okay, if I do if I do the other part of it, right? So this is how it is. Look at this oscillation on 2, right? Turns are coming on 2. What else can we do? Well, we also know that 8 is 9, right? 9 was right here. 7 plus 1, 8 is 9. You just missed by a few points. So this was a great area for us to manage the money. trades. All right, so that is that. Now there may be some other numbers, but you got the idea. We have shown this many times. What is going on right now? So if I add them all together, it's 5. Do you see a 5 here? I don't see any 5, so I don't have to bother with this 5 on this chart. So I see now some remember the hidden square I showed you. This is with some practice and listening to me over and over. Remember, this 7 plus 1 is 8, right? How is 8 linked to 2? 2, 5, 8. See that? You go horizontally because why? 7 plus 1 is 8. 8 plus 4 is 12 is 3. 8 and 10 and 15 is 6. 9, 6, 3 is 9. So this is 3, 6 and 9. So 2, 5, 8 are linked together, right? Alright, so 2 is there, 8 is there, linked all together. Okay, so 2 from here, 7 and 6 I explained already here. What else was going on here? I forgot to explain to you other what are the other lines. Alright, so what is happening here, once we identify these bars, on top of these bars, you see, we also plot some numbers, offset lines. So from this guy, 3 lines on the top, you see here, at the same starting point, and 3 at the bottom are posted, or maybe 4. Who knows? I remember anything. We're just a channel operator. Things come, we share it, move it forward. You can't be hoarding things, right? At the same time, only the penitent man shall get it. All right. Okay, you got it, right? So there we go. So this is the reason why we have this line. So it's pretty straightforward, I guess, right? All right. So this is the one. Go look exactly on the top. There are 3 lines here. So where did market really go? Actually, look at this. 1. Second one, boom, to the tick on an hourly chart, and look at this guy, boom, peaking of energy to the tick. This is where we cannot tell you which will go here or here. Well, once we get there, let's see what's going on, right? So there's a possibility that you may be tempted to go here or here short, but I'm just telling you, right? Look at this, observe the lines. That's why there are no numbers here. These are bigger levels, extremely bigger levels on a bigger chart. So we are taking a swing shot. Okay, let me not just say much beyond this. So now this guy, look on the top. First line, second line. First line hit it, right? So what is happening here? The confluence of this line, first line, and from here, second line, there's a confluence of events going on. And I see tail rejection, and I see the peak, right? So if I want to take a short, stop loss is right there. Or you just buy an option and hedge it, or you just buy the puts and do the hedging on the other side using futures, or do the bias of futures and you can hedge it on you can get some ratio trading. You can do a lot of things with the trading structures, but again you have to know where to start from. So just wanted to tell you that one. And these guys are very powerful, as you must have seen Bob's video also explaining, but he's also said he doesn't understand it, but we will, right? Everybody does. Well, that's why we are here, to make you understand the true powers which are ready to manifest inside you, right? Alright, my friends, so that is done. What is this guy doing here? Well, let's check it out. This is again 30-minute Astro points, and I've done something to them so I can stretch them forward from multi-days. That's all there is. If you go 30 days, if you take your Astro points and put on 30 days, it will stretch automatically. Alright, you can extend it forward. Why? Because when people are saying, oh, they are not hitting every day. Well, they are hitting every day because you don't see them, because you have to go back in time a little bit. Those astros are moving very slowly. Astros move slowly. See that big, huge astro levels. So there's something from coming from behind. So right here is a good example. Right? Here's also a good example. Was there astro there? Here it was. We can do the analysis on this day on astro, right? So what do we have here? So here 6 minus 1 is 5, 5 plus 6 is 11, which is now talking about 2, and 2 double is 4. 369 is active because month is 6, year is 9. So 9 and 4 coming together, right? So now, if you look at this guy is stretching from behind. So you can, so this can also be used in various fashion. And today also market went to this, came down very close to this guy Astro, right? And this guy Astro on the top. So this is it. You have precise hits and the numbers. Well, again, you got to see it in live markets, not without it, right? So you can see, because ultimately you have to make trades in the live market, right? Money is on the right side, we say, not on the left side. All right, but left, immediate left is telling us what is going to happen, and now we have gone from immediate left to the existing real-time phenomena of frequencies, where you can see it operating, my friends. Thank you so much, really appreciate it.